Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I am Rachel and I own Country Custom Fabricating, and today I have a little video on how I build these circus dumbbells. As some of you may know, I do a lot of competitions in the strongman world, and in the beginning of my training I had found that the majority of the equipment in the different gyms started out very heavy. So I wanted to be able to make some equipment in order for little gals like myself and even some smaller men or even some teens to be able to learn how to do these events at a smaller weight without having to jump right into the big weights. So I was unable to find pipe to the size that I wanted, so I figured I would just bend it. So here I am over at some good friend's shop, 109 Fabrication. They're some of my favorite fabricators, but they so kindly let me use their roller. I took some 10 gauge plate and sheared them to size and to length, and I rolled them, and then now here I am just clamping them together, and I'm putting tacks on the seams, and then I'm going to throw them back into the roller and make sure that they're perfectly circular for me. I just want to make sure I grind down all these tacks so they don't put any lumps and bumps into the roller. So I'll grind off both the inside and outside to make sure that everything is nice and flat. And I put in some pretty hot tacks to make sure that it won't crack when it goes through the roller again. So now I'm back in my shop and I am going to get these circus dumbbells welded together. I got these circular plates cut on a CNC machine with some 2-inch holes on the inside. I'm just going to grind off some of the mill scale in order to get a good weld. I like to use the magnets on the insides of these pipes, pop that cap on the top, tack it all into place, and give it a good weld. So I do know some of you have requested me not hyperlapsing and speeding up all of the stuff that I do, but you guys, this would make for such incredibly long videos. These processes do take a long time, and you know, when I just videotape everything that I'm doing, trying to knock down that footage to be a reasonable amount of time for a video, it does take a little bit of work, but there's lots of things that I want you guys to see. So speeding up these videos makes it so that I can have kind of everything into the video so you guys can see the process that I do things. Sometimes doing the long explained videos where I'm trying to talk and work at the same time can get to be pretty tricky because it does definitely slow down the job that I'm doing. So sometimes these little voiceovers are nice. You'll get this sometimes you'll just get the quick hyperlapse version of what I'm doing, and then sometimes you will get the walkthroughs. So this one today, you get the voiceover. Once everything has been welded, I do like to grind down the seam. I've welded the inside as well of that seam for the pipe. Even though I had to make this pipe, I still want it to look slightly seamless. I still like the aesthetic of just a normal piece of pipe. But just making sure that all my lines are straight, making sure that my gaps are good, getting nice solid welds inside there, and getting these things welded solid. Because if you've ever seen any of these guys, any of these gals, whatever it is, tossing these circus dumbbells around, they definitely go through some things. So on these outside seams, I do weld it downhand just for ease of weld. This is such thin stuff that this doesn't really matter. And also the fact I grind out the inside of this pipe and I put a weld on the inside as well. So some people will squawk at doing downhand welds, but you guys, sometimes it just works. So if this is the case, that weld gets grind off anyways. I just wanted to weld up the seam. Okey-doke, now I have my 2-inch tubing or 1.5 sked 40 pipe that I use for the handle. So I cut that to the full length that I need it on this lovely Evolution saw that I have. Now I find that this pipe always comes with a bunch of residue on it, so I like to give it a little bit of a grind with a flapper disc just to clean it up, make sure that I get a good weld on there. And I always like to round off the edges and make sure there is no burrs on the inside of the ends of this pipe. So this, for me, is the easiest way to ensure that these handles are square inside these pipes, is to just use these magnetic squares. Put one on either side, tack the opposite sides. You know, I still make sure that it's square on either end. Give it a good tack, and then move on to the next one. So for ensuring that those two pieces line up properly, I like to make sure my surface is all flat and free of burrs, put the one piece flat, and then pop that other piece on top. I will just take my magnetic squares and do the same thing as I did for the first piece. I like to fiddle with it a bit and make sure that I have my seams lined up and taking a straight edge to the either side of the bells of this Circus dumbbell. to make sure that everything is all lined up and good. Give it a good tack, pop it back onto the table, and weld it solid. So now everything is tacked into place, lined up all nice, and I crank my heat on this welder and give these handles a really good weld. So we now have task complete. These 12-inch Circus dumbbells are finished. They weigh about 55 pounds empty, and they are loadable with 4 25-pound plates on either side. So pumped, so ready for my next competition, ready to smash these out and get them to all the customers who have ordered them. Thanks everybody for coming along, watching all the crazy things that I do in my workshop here. I hope that you take the time to subscribe. Don't forget to comment and like the videos. I have tons of tool reviews, all these fun things coming your way. So stay tuned for all that is to come. Fabricated.